guys, this is Mr. Joshy J, and in this video I am talking about Manchester United's worst start to a season in 101 years. Currently bottom in the Premier League on goal difference, -5 goal difference. Now, this issue is no longer on the managers. It goes deeper than that. It starts off with the Glazers upstairs. They hired a chairman who was originally like a market sales manager. I mean, what good does this new chairman know about football if he used to be a market salesman? I mean, Ed Woodward's right, good businessman, but never a proper chairman. They're the reason why this football club is being set back. I mean, it's just an absolute joke and a disgrace. The shambles to a football club I've been following since the late 90s. I mean, it's absolutely pathetic the way this beautiful football team is being run. Now, you can say players are being played out of position, yeah. That's not going to help their confidence. But, when players come to Manchester United, their careers are literally being ruined. It's because the way we're being run, players are being played out of position. The recruitment for 9 years has been absolutely shambolic. There's no hiding behind the fence about it. And De Gea, great goalkeeper, but when he makes mistakes and that, it's like he struggles to get out in this pattern of making mistakes. And I do worry it's history repeating itself after what he did for Spain. It took him ages to get his confidence back again. So, yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely not good enough. Lisandro Martinez, he's got the potential to be good, but he's so tiny. How can he defend as set pieces? Maguire's still the captain. That is absolutely unbelievable and unforgivable how he is still the captain. But all these Manchester United fans holding out the Glazers out banners, I mean, what's the point in doing that? Because she paid to come to the game in the first place. I mean, Old Trafford, there's rumours there's going to be a massive walkout, which I still can't see it happening. But, say if you wanted to walk out and you buy a programme or buy a beer or a football shirt, you're part of the problem because you're still giving money to the Glazers. So, yeah, if you're going to protest, just boycott the game. Maybe watch the game outside the stadium. So it's really hurting the Glazers in the pocket. But, the thing what's baffled me the most is the recruitment, how dreadful it's been. You see Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, their recruitment is so much better than ours. And things have got to change because us Manchester United fans have had an absolute gutful of it. We really have. We've been an absolute joke since Sir Alex Ferguson. But this bad slump is carried on from last season. I just cannot see us recovering it. I really can't. Would it benefit this football club to get relegated? Would it actually benefit us in the long term? Getting the Glazers out. I wouldn't want to be in the EFL Championship though, because it's such a hard league to get out of. You got so many top teams in the EFL Championship who come down from the Premier League. Like example, right? Watford in the EFL Championship, Norwich. Just so many big clubs in the EFL Championship. Middlesbrough, Blackburn Rovers. Leeds United have even been in the EFL Championship. And it took them about, 12 or 13 years to get back into the Premier League. Manchester United are heading in that direction. They really are. I can see us definitely battling relegation this season. I really can. And would it be a bad thing? Because it may prompt the Glazers to sell, but they're not the only issue. It comes to recruitment and the chairman. But also, the managers, they're doing everything they can. We got a good young manager, Eric Ten Hag, which I believe can be good, but he's not been backed. He's literally had to manage the same old crap as last season. Alright, he's brought in Ericsson and Martinez and Tyrell Marashia, I think that's his name, but what good are they going to do? I mean, when you still got pretty much the same bunch of players as last season. I mean, they're the reason why this bad slump is carrying on, because we still pretty much got the same team. But it's all about player power. They'll throw another manager under the bus. It's disgusting, it really is. In all my time supporting Manchester United, I am totally embarrassed. And it's a beautiful football club. Honestly, it's an absolute laughing stock. I mean, you look at Newcastle United, they signed Kieran Trippier last season. Yesterday, I mean, that was a nailed-on goal for Brighton. And Trippier got back and cleared it off the line. Now, that is what you call passion. I mean, just absolutely unbelievable. But, yeah, there are so many issues. I mean, the Glazers, not maintaining Old Trafford, not maintaining the Carrington training ground. I mean, what sort of owners don't maintain the stadium? Ericsson, good player, but what the fuck can he do playing in the number 6 position? And that's never been his position before. I mean, come on. McFred, now, McTominay was dropped yesterday to the bench, but that didn't make a blind bit of difference, because these players just do not care. Like I said in the review yesterday, all they care about is the money, money, money to them. They think, oh, we're at Manchester United, we're getting paid a lot of money. Well, maybe use your wages, right, to refund them travelling fans. Honestly, I mean, wow, absolutely pathetic. How this football club is being run. A beautiful football club I've fallen in love with in the late 90s. I mean, alright, I didn't watch them every week in the late 90s. I started to watch them more in the early 2000s. So I was still supporting them in the late 90s. But even in the early 2000s, watching them, it was a joy and pleasure to watch us play some great football. But these days, it's just like an absolute joke and a laughing stock of a football club. And it's because the Glazers, they've let us down big time. I mean, they tried to put us in the European Super League without consulting any of us fans. But because so many other English teams were pulling out of it, we had no option but to pull out of it ourselves. So the Glazers, they are the main problem in the football club, and we've known that for the last 9 years or so, and until they go, it won't get any better. So definitely part of me thinks, right, let's get relegated and let's get these twats out of our club. Honestly, just get them out. They are killing such a historic football club. It's an absolute joke and a disgrace. I've never been so embarrassed in all my life supporting this beautiful football club. I mean, what am I? Been watching since the late 90s. I love this football club, and that never changed. But at the moment, honestly, I am more interested in watching my second team, Newcastle. I mean, you can call me a fake fan, a plastic fan, and that, but it's just like Newcastle play much more exciting football than my favourite football club. I mean, wow, it's just absolutely unbelievable. The fear factor's gone, no one fears playing Manchester United anymore, because they know when they see Ericsson in the number 6 position and players out of position, they're rubbing their hands thinking, yep, we're going to get all 3 points against Manchester United, because they're also playing players who just don't care. and they only care about themselves and the money. I mean, if I was Eric Ten Hag, I'd just walk, because what's the point of him being here? Because, I mean, just a good young manager, but he hasn't been backed. He still has to deal with the same shit players as last season. I mean, alright, a few of them are gone, like Paul Pogba, Matic, Mata, but Lingard, but it's not good enough, because pretty much the same team remain as last season, and we're not playing as a team. We're playing like a side who wants to get relegated to the EFL Championship. We really are. It's just like massive change needs to happen, and absolutely forget about the Liverpool game. That's just going to be total humiliation, and we will remain bottom in the Premier League after 3 games. It's just like, when I see that Manchester United badge, I see the Red Devil looking angry and that, and showing passion. That's what I want to see from the players. But with these useless, lazy players we got, it's just not going to happen, is it? I mean, it's just absolutely pathetic and embarrassing. I mean, football shirts, I even stopped buying real football shirts because I've had enough of funding the Glazers. Then, alright, I did buy a real shirt last year when Ronaldo came back, but, that was because I was so excited about Ronaldo coming back. That's the only reason why I bought a real shirt, but fuck buying a real shirt these days, honestly. I absolutely refuse to fund the Glazers. I refuse to get a United membership, and I refuse to go and watch the matches. I'd rather go and watch my local football team in Chippenham Town in Wiltshire, because absolutely the atmosphere there, and then players show passion. They really do. It's just, at the moment, Manchester United, no one fears playing Manchester United, because they know that players playing out of position guarantees 3 points to the opposition. And imagine players who played out position against Liverpool and Man City and Chelsea. They'll be absolutely rubbing their hands thinking, what the fuck is this banter football club doing? I mean, honestly, it's just, I wore a green and gold scarf, right, because I'm against the Glazers. Not only because I'm against the Glazers, because I think it's a very nice scarf to wear. So, but they're the reasons why I wear it, because I'm completely well and truly against these twats. I really am. It's just like, I absolutely detest them. I cannot tell you how much I absolutely detest these owners. They are just a total joke and an embarrassment to a football club I've been supporting since the late 90s. And me, watching football, I love watching football, but yesterday, watching our Brentford's game, I was so close to just not watching the rest of the game. When we went 4-0 down, I literally just come upstairs and checked the messages on my, WhatsApp group I'm in with my loyal YouTube subscribers like MUFC Racer, see what they were saying about the game, because I tell you what, I was more interested in listening to their voice notes than watching that shit on the teammate yesterday. Honestly, that's how bad it is. I mean, football shirts, I'll carry on wearing the football shirts because I'm a proud Manchester United fan, and that's never going to change. I will carry on wearing their shirts with pride. Yes, I know they're remake shirts, but no one needs to know that, do they? I'm still representing Manchester United. I'm just buying remake shirts because I refuse to absolutely fund these absolute clowns of owners who just do not care. And a person in charge who knows nothing about football, just the marketing side, and they put a businessman in charge of football who had no idea about football. I mean, there are deep problems, there are major issues, and it will, unfortunately, get worse. I mean, strap yourselves in. This season is going to be absolutely 20 times worse than last season. Now that's on 20 times Man United's, because that's the amount of times we won the league. I mean, this year we're on a 10-year title drought, you know. This is 10 seasons now since Sir Alex Ferguson announced his retirement, and the club is just going backwards and backwards. It's due to failed recruitment. I mean, what a fucking joke being linked to Marco Arnautovic, who used to play for Stoke City, and Rakovic from Juventus. I mean, just a player who's absolutely finished. I just hope that deal falls through. And trying to proceed in the Milky Bar lookalike kid, Frankie Dion. I mean, I'm absolutely sick and tired of us trying to pursue Frankie Dion when he doesn't want to come here. I mean, just give up on it, please. It's just, never been. Like I said, I was literally a breaking point, and there they stopped watching that game against Brentford yesterday. I mean, I look at my granddad, right? He's been there. He's watched us get relegated. He's just sat there, so chilled out, watching the games. And there's me yesterday, absolutely shouting and raging at the TV. Because, well, my granddad has always been chilled out, but me, I get very passionate. I get very angry. Because I'm hurting. That's why I do these rant and review videos. Because I'm a passionate Manchester United fan. A club who I've always loved, you know. A person who's almost 30 years old now. It's just absolutely, it breaks my heart to see how this beautiful football club is being run. Really does. But hey, at least when we're playing absolutely rubbish, I've got my lovely teddy bear to cuddle, honestly. Because he makes me happy. After watching that rubbish, I just come upstairs and cuddle my teddy bear, because that's how much I love it. I mean, I had this teddy bear for 30 years. I've had it ever since birth. And honestly, when I turn 30, he'll be 30 as well. So yeah, I mean, just wow, unbelievable. It's absolutely so embarrassing. It really is. Just why is this beautiful football club doing it? Now, let me know what you think needs to change. Do you think it goes to the ownership, the recruitment, the players not getting their shit? And do you think we would benefit from relegation? Because honestly, in the moment, I'd say, alright, we would lose loads and loads of sponsorship, I'm not going to lie, but if it's getting these swats out the club, then I would accept relegation, completely accept it, and hopefully then we can move forward. I mean, obviously players like Rashford and that wouldn't want to be in the EFL Championship, and if I was Cristiano Ronaldo, I'd just head for the exit door. I really would, because what's the point of him being here? I mean, he's 47 years old, and excuse me, he's not got many years left in his career now, because he'll retire in a couple of years. I mean, just go off and enjoy your career playing Champions League football and that. I love you, Ronaldo, you're my favourite player, but it's just you're being wasted. And Eric Ten Hag, like I said, I just walk. I absolutely just walk. Wow, just it's just I don't just talking about it just makes me feel overwhelmed with emotion. It really does. But yeah, look, it is what it is. I'll get behind the team every week, but it's a struggle. It really is a struggle supporting such a historic football club. Seeing it just fall away the state it's in, it's absolutely depressing as fuck. It really is. I mean, I'm not even ranting about it this morning. I'm just acting more professional. Yes, I'm still being a bit of a swearing bitch, but That's what I do on my YouTube videos. That is why I'm almost on 500 subscribers, because I show passion, I show no scripting, I show no bullshit. It just comes straight from the heart, how I feel about my beautiful football team at the moment. And why should I hide away from it? Like I said, I'm almost 30 years old, and I shouldn't hide away how I'm feeling about my own football club. No one should. If you're struggling, talk to a fellow supporter or something. Don't bottle it up, and just don't bottle up feelings. Just talk about it. Have a chat with your loyal fans. That'd be my advice. Fellow supporters. But, look, it is poor at the moment. We'll carry on supporting this great football club now. We'll still be here supporting it. But, as of the players and that, I honestly think they should refund the away fans, honestly, because 37-degree heat, and they come up to London and watch that shit, honestly. It's just an absolute joke and a disgrace, watching that rubbish. You pay all that money for the coach, or say you're driving a car for your petrol or diesel, or if you obviously got an EV vehicle, you plug it in to charge up. The amount of money you're using, you deserve a refund, you really do. I mean, I feel sorry for any Manchester United fans who made that journey, and just, yeah, you could have been doing something much better on a Saturday evening, but you're there supporting your football club, so I admire you. And to ones who stayed to the end, I give you a big round of applause and that, I really would. Because I was listening to a radio show called 606, and one of them left at half time because he just had enough watching the game. I mean, when we're 3 or 4-0 down to Liverpool at Old Trafford last season, you had fans leaving the game at half time. I mean, a lot still remained to the end, but quite a few did to leave at half time, and I didn't blame them one bit. And we got Liverpool next, and like I say, just forget it. Absolutely forget that game. That is just a fucking total write-off. It really is. But yeah, anyway, comment your thoughts down below. As always, reply. And apologies, this is such a long video, but it needs to be talked about. Like I said, don't bottle this feelings. Just come out and say it how it is from the heart. Don't let anyone distract you and stop you from coming out and talk about your own football club. I mean, people's mental health and that, I dread to think what this is doing to people's mental health and supporting this club. I mean, they must be suffering with depression and that. Just talk to someone. If you're feeling low, just talk to someone. That'd be my advice. But, I mean, yeah, McFred, just not good enough midfield. Rashford has been absolutely useless recently. But if you want to be successful, Rashford, just get out of here. Ronaldo, get out of here. I mean, just, your careers are being ruined. Do you really want to see your careers being ruined? Just, what's the point of you being here? You're just absolutely, just go and enjoy your playing career someone else. Join a football club who's run right and care about you, and fans who care about you. I mean, a lot of people turned on Ronaldo because he wanted to leave, but I'll never turn on Ronaldo because he's my hero. He's my absolute hero. But anyway, I've rambled on enough now. 24 minutes. Absolutely unbelievable. But, like I said, I won't hide away. I will just come out and say it how it is. You know, where I show no bullshit and no scripting. That is why I'm so close to that magical milestone of 500 subscribers. Daily uploads. You know, I'm putting in the time and effort. Sometimes I do a couple recordings in one day, so I can give myself a bit of a break. Yeah, just, no words how this Fusion Football Club's being run. And don't forget, The Glazers out. Massive changes being needed. Get your voice heard. If you're going to do protests, do a proper protest. Do one similar to the European Super League. Then that's seen gain attention. But just don't say you're going to do the protest and then you don't do it, because all you're doing it is just retweets and collect some views and that. If you're going to do it straight from the heart and do it. Because, I mean, the more media attention it gets, then the more it's going to urge the Glazers to put the club up for sale. Because they'll be making no money and they'll be hurting them where it hurts the most. And I tell you what, I bloody hope it hurts them, because I absolutely detest them. Family-wise and outside of football, I said they're really nice people, but taking money out of the club, letting our beautiful stadium rots. Recruitment, hiring people who don't know about football, is just another reason why these absolute clowns of owners need to go. Pathetic. Shambolic. There are no excuses. None whatsoever. And excuses if players blame the weather and that, coming out apologising after the game, I don't have the time in day for that. I really don't, but I'm definitely going now. Bye-bye.